everyone, and thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor Golf Coaching. My name's Natalie Adams. So I'm out on the course again today. We've come to the old course at Nefyn on the Llyn Peninsula, and I think I might just be in heaven. It's absolutely beautiful and I can't wait to show you this golf course. Stunning.
Wales' very own Pebble Beach.
It's got a little bit windy now, so it's going to be interesting 9 holes of golf. So let's get this hole started and see what score we can make. So I'm on the first hole of the old 9 holes here. First shot here, I've not played the course before, it's a par 4. I think I'm just playing a layup to then hit a blind shot over into the green. So it says it's 175 down to my landing area. Wind's very much across here, so not really helping or hindering, but the ground is dropping away, which means I'll get a little bit more flight than usual. I'm just going to lay up there with a 5-iron, and then I'm going to hit my next shot over the top.
Kick.
Okay, so first shot's just a layup. I'm going to play a 5-iron. It's really windy off the left here today. It's a really good test of links. So I'm going to hit, there's a path down on the left side of the fairway as you go over and then to the green. Just going to hit at that and let the wind do the rest of the work for me and bring me back into position on the fairway.
Kick.
Position down that fairway. Let's go and have a look at this blind shot that I've got into the green. Okay, so absolutely no point in showing you the head on here. Well, I will. It's that, okay, and we've got to hit over the top of it. So I've just sent Emma up there on the camera and she's just going to give me a line into the green. This post here, if I just come behind me here, so the post behind me there's 150 into the green, so we'll just paste that out from the 150. Again, it is to the middle, so okay, so I've got 140 into the green here. Again, the wind isn't helping or hindering, it's just really off the left. So again, having a look here, my line is just to the left of the post, kind of just between the post and going up the track there. So I'm going to aim out over the heather, which is on the left hand side of the fairway there, and hopefully we'll get into the green. Now my spotter's up there. So just finished short of the green here, but quite happy with that. It's a really blind shot up the hill and it is very windy as you get up to the top here. So this is the chip I'm facing. What I would suggest you do is look at the shot from the side. Okay, so look at what you're facing overall here. And we've just got this little downhill. I'm going to play a little pitching wedge or maybe a 9-iron in here, just over this little hump, and then let it roll into the green, and we'll see how that plays out. But I think in today's conditions, really important to keep this ball as close to the ground as possible with how windy it is. Okay, so right half of the hole here. Nice wide stance with the wind and a short, firm putting stroke. And just made it. It's a 4 going down on the card. I'm happy with that. Not an easy starting hole at all, that. So let's move on to the second, which is a par 3.
You can easily see why this is Wales's Pebble Beach. And you see that 20-yard strip of grass between the sea and the path down there? That is the 8th fairway, a par 5 that we'll be tackling later. "125 yards downhill. Really windy off the left here. Not a lot of trouble at the back, but we've got bunkers on the left and one on the right. 125 downhill. I'm going to play this as a knockdown 9-iron. Should give me the right yardage for 125.
Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that shot. Really good with the distance control there. It did actually hold its line, so I'm just going to learn from that. Even though the wind seems really strong, the ball just knocking it down a little bit, it's holding its line. Pretty true. Okay, so let's have a look at this putt. I'd say this putt's pretty straight. It's a little bit of an undulation. It's all about controlling the distance here. Realistically, this is going to be a 2 putt. So it's more about the distance control with it. But let's see if we can get lucky and just knock it in. So from that distance, I would be looking for a 2 putt here. If the ball does happen to just pop in, that's great. Again, these type of putts, if you get nervous over them, just focus on the back of the hole and a nice solid stroke. And that's a good par. Really windy conditions. Let's go to hole number 3.
Okay, so playing 151 in. I'm going to hit a 5-iron in. The pin's cut right of centre, but because of the wind, I'm not going to hit at that. I'm not going to hit at the left side of the green. It is windy, but I'm going to hit at a midpoint between the left side of the green and the pin. Just make sure I've got that aimed up. I think that's what this shot's all about, just getting the ball started in the right direction. Nice wide stance. Confident stroke. So that's just below the pin, but I'm quite happy
Oh, an absolutely stunning golf course. Okay, so with this putt there's going to be a big swing off the right side. Here's a little bank on the green here, so I'm going to have to give this a good kind of 3 foot to the right, I think here. Uphill, so a little bit firmer than usual. Again, this is all about distance control, getting it to within a putter length of the hole. I'm going to be happy with on that. Oh, and made the putt. But if it falls into the hole, that is a bonus. Like I said there, I was just going for distance control. I didn't want to end up 3-putting, which would have been quite easy to do from there, but delighted it's gone in for birdie. The view from this tee is absolutely stunning. I think I am in heaven here. What a golf course. And right down there is our next target. Par 5, so let's decide what we're going to do to play this hole well. Again, wind's blowing off the left here, so the ball's going to get blown into more into the right, so I'm quite happy hitting down this left side of the ravine. I've got the length to carry the ravine if I need to, but if the ball does get blown over to the right, I'll still hit the fairway. Again, nice wide stance up here to give me stability and a confident stroke. Oh, just made it, really pleased with that. This was the ravine that we were hitting over from the tee, so I'll just show you what that tee shot was facing there, which is why, again, I was just on the side of caution there because I didn't want to end up down there. Okay, so to the flag, we've still got sort of 220. Again, not quite sure what's going on up there, so I'm just going to play very much within myself here. I'm just going to hit a layup rather than go for it. Looks like there's a lot of trouble on the left and on the right there, so I'm just going to play a layup and then we'll play into the green. Looking for a shot here at about 140, that'd leave me 80 into the pin. So I'm going to hit an easy 7-iron into this one. Ball's a little bit above my feet, which would make me think I'm going to get that ball moving over to the left a little bit here, but the wind's coming off the left, so the ball's flight and the wind should kind of equate to a straight golf shot. So just going to stand up a little bit more than usual, not tilt forward quite as much to get a clean strike, just grip down a tiny little bit more on the club just to get a good strike on this. That's just a nice easy little layup, just leaves me 80-yard pitch into the green. Okay, got a little bit more out of that shot, so I've only got 60 left into the green. But again, I'm just going to hit a little knockdown wedge into this green. It's very, very windy off the left, so I'm going to hit it slightly lower, get it to pitch just after the little fence there in front of the green, so that it runs into the flag. Slightly to the left, so between the two white markers there. Ball back in the stance. Not really going to cop the wrist too much on this one, just to knock it low into that area. Quite happy with that. Let's go and see where we finished. Okay, so I've just run through the back there, and it's quite dry and it's just rolled down a little bit. So I'm going to hit a little pitch back up. Again, just going to use my 9-iron here, just to keep the ball a little bit lower. Bump it just to the top of the bank and then let it just roll towards the flag. Just gripping down on the club. And ball slightly back in the stance, hands forward, just a little bump and run again. Tiny little bit short on that, but it's okay, I've got a chance with the putt. Okay, left myself an uphill putt, which I'm pleased about. Much easier to make uphill than downhill. This is going to be a right edge of the hole. It's a tiny little bit longer than I would have liked it to have been, but it is what it is, so let's see if I can make this putt to save par. Yeah, really happy with that, just saved par. Didn't make it easy on that one, but not played the hole before and possibly a little bit negative with how I'd played, but I'm happy I've come off with par. Okay, this is probably the most blustery tee we've been on. We're completely downwind here. It's another par 3. Green's below us. I've got 150 into the flag there. So 150 for me would normally be kind of 5-iron, but 5-iron is just going to fly that green. We're thinking here it's at least a 2-club wind here, I think. So I'm going to go for hitting 7-iron into there. I'm quite tempted to hit 8-iron, to be honest. I think it's really important here that you're definite with the decision you make. There's no, not really much penalty for being short. I'm going to hit 8-iron in here. And I'm just going to go straight at the flag here. Wind is a little bit off the right actually, so at the flag is on the right hand side. It gives loads of green over on the left there, so I think hitting just right edge of the green and let the ball come in to the middle of the green. Okay, so blind shot here for me. Best thing to do with a blind shot, just go up and have another look. I've already looked as I was walking in. So you know, I think I've got to hit this sort of 25 yards onto that flat bit, but the green is going up to the flag, so I'm not going to get a load of roll out, so I can be a little bit bold with this. I can see the top of the flag just from down here. And again, just be very definite with what you want to do. I'm going to go just to the right of the flag, just with the undulations on the green. And I know in my mind I want to hit this 25 to 30 yards when that ball's going to pitch down. A little bit to the left, but I'm quite happy with that from there. Let's see if we can make the putt. Okay, so this has left me a little bit more than I wanted in there, but it was quite a tough chip from where I was coming in from there. And wind's coming this way, just throwing the ball up. Distance control was good though, so I'm quite happy with that, just a little bit to the left. Okay, this putt's going to swing left to right. It's going to be maybe 6 inches to the right of the hole there. Green's quite woolly here as well, and I'm coming up the hill, so I'm going to want to give this quite a good pace on it. Too firm when I hit that putt, and it never was going to take the borrow. It did come in afterwards, but yeah, just hit that putt too firm. Really important with that putt there, you're not thinking too much about that other one that you've hit in there, and just going for the back of the hole. Nice firm stroke, drop to shot. Not the end of the world in these conditions though. Absolutely stunning coastline here, stunning views. Let's go and find a six. 매력적인 입술 네가 내게 말